Sitting topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wayne. Let's get on to brass tacks. You read the title, Vampires versus the Bronx. You say 7 out of 10 Wangs.
Why? 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 Why?
Because at the core of the film, you have a very fun and fresh movie. And it's very simple how it's fun and fresh. You have characters and scenery that we haven't seen in this genre before, and you put it in here, and it makes it fun, it makes it fresh, and it gave it a voice that wasn't there before. And who did that? Osmani Rodriguez. He did that.
That's right, man. That's right.
How did he do that? I think I know how. I watch a lot of movies. I grew up in the 90s, and I was a big fan of Hey Arnold. The Hey Arnold movie is basically about this big businessman coming in and taking over the neighborhood, and pretty sure Hey Arnold's set in New York. This film, gentrification, people are taking over the Bronx, and that's real shit. This is the second thing that said that. The last OG is Brooklyn isn't Brooklyn anymore. So this is a plot that is thought-provoking and it's real. And from the Hey Arnold movie, you can show that kids can do this and it can be funny and entertaining. But then he was like, then everyone's like, I just remade the Hey Arnold movie in the Bronx. And it's Halloween time, so I guess I watched Fright Night. And then he was like, problem solved. I'll just take the vampire stuff out of Fright Night and put it in to this Hey Arnold movie and put it in the Bronx with colorful characters. Problem solved. And for the most part, it is. However, the Fright Night vampire stuff outweighs the gentrification. To me personally, it outweighs it too much and kind of ruins the film.
Oh, really? Wow. Well, that's unfortunate.
You have kids being kids, and that's fun, and it's something pure, something joyful about that. And it makes like the beauty in the Bronx, it makes those kids matter because it's just like, it warms your heart up, It takes you back to a time when you was a child, when you were with your friends like that. And for these kids to be at the point in their lives where they can think bigger than that, hey, we need to save this neighborhood. We need to save Tony's bodega because this is important to us. Because they don't have a lot. So what they do have is they have the community, they have the stores, they have the city. And because of these kids in the short time in the film, I understood that. And I wanted the bodega to survive, I want to go to this block party, this charity event that these kids are doing for the bodega. And I don't want New York to be ruined by gentrification. And that was very simple. It was very easy. The kids came across. The acting that they did was so joyful and pure and fun that I was immediately on their side. And it's not just the kids. It goes for everyone in the film.
That there's impressive.
Because of this, you made the Bronx its own character in the film with all these side characters. And from Tony to the two guys talking up a storm every time, like, bro, he ain't gonna hit. The girls in the film, the one who's always on live, Method Man as the pastor. Like, just everyone in this film matters. And it adds to the story just enough to make the Bronx feel like a character, to make you care about the neighborhood, which that's what you're supposed to invest in, is this neighborhood that it keeps it keeps true to itself. And it does a very good job of that. The characters, the acting is incredible.
Side note.
I felt the kids were too old though. So they do a lot of very childish stuff that doesn't match how they look and how they talk and stuff like that. One example is the mom gets pissed that a child watched Blade. Blade's a superhero movie. A lot of superhero movies, most of them are targeted towards kids because you gotta get that ticket for the kid and you can't let the kid go alone, so you gotta get a ticket for the parent too. Both parents, maybe, possibly if your family is like that. So that's 3 tickets. But Blade's a superhero movie. Yes, it's rated R, but that was in the 90s. Stuff's worse than that on TV now. This is the Bronx. He's probably seen worse stuff. And I do mean probably because there's gangbangers all around the Bronx. And they're trying to recruit his friend, which if you're going to add in a gang plot, I like that because it does add to the gentrification storyline. And because the idea, like, we need to get crime out the city, and this is the Bronx, this is a real life thing. It adds to the like, yeah, we're not perfect, but we love this for what it is. And for him to bring in a kid, you must assume that they're like a teenager, preteen. They're not in elementary school, which a couple of the parents talked to the kids like they were, which I found that a little like, eh, really. It kind of took me out of the film a little bit, but overall, I give that a pass. It was well directed, though. I really enjoyed it, and how he took the pieces and told the story using that voice is very great. And I know I said it before, but it kind of borrowed a lot from Fright Night. Tony's Bodega is kind of like the Vincent character, Peter Vincent in Fright Night. You go to him, they don't believe you at first. They can't see the reflection, and they're like, "Oh shit, I believe the kid now." Same thing happens in both movies. The same overall thing goes like, go to Homeboy. Homeboy's gonna tell us how to kill the vampires. You had Ed in Fright Night. You had I don't know his name, but you had that character in this movie too, and the same stuff kills the vampires, practically the same order as well. So I thought that was like, all right, that's a good touch because Fright Night's a very fun movie. These kids are also very fun. It worked until the director was like,
Oh shit, we gotta kill these vampires.
and that's when the pacing goes from incredible to rushed, and that's not very good because the build isn't there. The build's there because I love these characters, but then the vampire stuff just feels very in the way. But the director does do a good job. He gets a very good editor, and the editing in the film is very solid. It has a great style to it. However, the special effects from the vampires, they suck. And I felt like at that point, that's when the film really went downhill. Is we gotta kill these vampires. They don't look good. So I'm not really invested because I'm like, really? So if you would took the vampire stuff out, I felt like the film would have been a lot better because it felt rushed to get to the ending. There's like, all right, we'll put this character here. A crowd of people's gonna show up. These people are gonna be here. These people are gonna be here. He's gonna turn this way now without any build. It's just gonna be like boom. We'll put one scene in the beginning, midway through the film, whatever, and it'll spark it. That's all it is a spark.
I need more.
So it's not good in that sense how it rushed to get to the end and just threw a bunch of stuff together that didn't make sense to the story and to the rest of the film because the film was very well paced until the end. The third act is just vampires, 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 and they don't even look good. Special effects aren't good, and it just kind of ruins the aura and the feel of the movie. And I wish they would have just took that out and just went for the gentrification storyline because you could have came up with something a lot better, a lot easier than that, I felt like, than the rush and shove the vampires into the film. However, it was a very fun film, as I said before. Am I going to go around telling everyone they need to watch this film? No, because the audience for the film is probably for a younger audience, because that's probably why the kids are older, and they get treated younger. So, yes, it was probably for me watching the film, but for the audience they're going for, it probably works very well and it probably makes them look even cooler as characters.
Makes sense.
But even though the target audience is probably for a preteen, younger-esque audience, it still works as a film overall for me. I had a lot of fun with the film, but could have been better. Most films can be, though. So tell me your thoughts down in the comment section below. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.